Good day, everyone from Municipality of Ritchot. This is Mayor Chris Ewan. I'm going to do quick introductions, and we're doing a Remembrance Day ceremony online for all of us to enjoy and appreciate, as well as respect those who have fallen for us. Today we have with us Councillor Curtis Clayton.
Hello.
We have Councillor Shane Pelletier.
Good morning.
Councillor Janine Boulanger.
Good morning.
Councillor Ron Mamchuk.
Good morning.
And our CEO, Mitch Duval.
Good morning.
The story of remembrance. Across Canada and in many other countries, people gather on November 11th to honor the courage and devotion of brave men and women who made the supreme sacrifice of dying for their country. The hostilities of the First World War ceased on November 11th, 1918 at 11 a.m., the 11th hour of the 11th day of the 11th month. The following year marked the first observance of a day to remember and honor those who died, as well as to give thanks for the sacrifices of those who came back from serving their country. Since then, Canadians have fought in other conflicts and many have given their lives so that we might enjoy freedom today. They too should be remembered.
Histoire de souvenirs. Partout au Canada et dans de nombreux autres pays, les gens se réunissent le 11 novembre pour honorer le courage et le dévouement des hommes et des femmes courageux qui ont fait le sacrifice suprême de mourir pour leur pays. Les hostilités de la Première Guerre mondiale ont cessé le 11 novembre 1918 à 11 heures, la 11e heure du 11e jour du 11e mois. L'année suivante marqua la première célébration d'une journée pour se souvenir et honorer ceux qui mourent, ainsi que pour remercier les sacrifices de ceux qui revenaient de servir leur pays. Depuis, les Canadiens se sont battus dans d'autres conflits et bon nombre d'entre eux ont donné leur vie pour que nous puissions jouir de la liberté aujourd'hui. Il faut aussi s'en souvenir.
Thank you. I will now call Councillor Curtis Clayton.
Here's a poem, Why Wear a Poppy by Don Crawford. Please wear a poppy, the lady said, and held one forth, but I shook my head. Then I stopped and watched as she offered them there, and her face was old and lined with care. But beneath the scars the years had made, there remained a smile that refused to fade. A boy came whistling down the street, bouncing along on carefree feet. His smile was full of joy and fun. Lady, said he, may I have one? When she pinned it on, he turned to say, why do we wear a poppy today? The lady smiled in her wistful way and answered, this is Remembrance Day, and the poppy there is a symbol for the gallant men who died in war. And because they did, you and I are free. That's why we wear a poppy, you see. I had a boy about your size with golden hair and big blue eyes. He loved to play and jump and shout. Free as a bird, he would race about. As the years went by, he learned and grew and became a man, and you will too. He was fine and strong with a boyish smile, but he'd seemed with us such a little while. When war broke out and he went away, I still remember his face that day, when he smiled at me and said, goodbye, I'll be back soon, Mum, please don't cry. But the war went on and he had to stay, and all I could do was wait and pray. His letters told of the awful fight. I can still see it in my dreams at night, with the tanks and guns and cruel barbed wire, and the mines and bullets, the bombs and fire. Till at last, the war was won, and that's why we wear a poppy, son. The small boy turned as if to go, then said, thanks, lady, I'm glad to know. That sure did sound like an awful fight, But your son, did he come back all right? A tear rolled down each faded cheek. She shook her head but didn't speak. I slunk away in a sort of shame, and if you were me, you'd have done the same. For our thanks in giving, if oft delayed, though our freedom was bought and thousands paid. And so when we see a poppy worn, let us reflect on the burden borne by those who gave their very all when asked to answer their country's call. Then we at home in peace might live, then wear a poppy, remember and give. Thank you.
I will now be reading the names on the cenotaph at the Municipality of Ritchot. First War, Private Damien Allery, Private George W. Barrett, Private William Dupuis, Private George French, Private William Grant, Private Cecil Harrison, Private David Lacroix, Private Robert McVicker, Private Littleton Taylor. Second War, Private Walter Bigurski, Private M. May Trudeau, Private Frank Wojtowicz, Royal Canadian Air Force, Flight Lieutenant Murray P. Anderson, Squad Leader Richard W. Bauer, Flight Sergeant Harry K. Cox, Flight Lieutenant Paul L. Delorme, Flight Sergeant William Curiga, Flight Sergeant Bud C.F. McCrae, Flight Lieutenant Gordon W. McCrae, Flight Lieutenant John Rizonka, Flight Lieutenant Frederick Webb, Leading Aircraftman Gilbert Lemoine, Corporal J.E.P. Grattan. I will now introduce Councillor Ron Mamchuk.
Good morning. Act of remembrance. They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age should not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we'll remember them. Response, we will remember them.
We will remember them.
Remember them.
I will now call Councillor Shane Pelche.
In Flanders Field. In Flanders Field, the poppies blow between the crosses, row on row, that mark our place, and in the sky, the larks, still bravely singing, fly. Scarce heard amid the guns below, we are the dead. Short days ago, we lived, felt dawn, saw sunset glow, loved and were loved, and now we lie in Flanders Field. Take up our quarrel with the foe, to you from failing hands we throw. The torch be yours to hold it high. If ye break faith with us who die, we shall not sleep, though poppies grow in Flanders Field. Reprenez notre combat contre l'ennemi. À vous, de nos mains tremblantes, nous tendons le flambeau. Faites le vôtre et portez-le bien haut. Si vous nous laissez tomber, nous qui mourons, nous ne trouverons pas le repos, bien que le coquelicot fleurisse dans les champs de flammes.
I will now call Councillor Janine Boulanger.
Commitment to remember. They were young as we are young. They served, giving freely of themselves. To them we pledge, amid the winds of time, to carry their torch and never forget. We will remember them.
We will remember them.
We will remember them.
I want to thank everyone that took the opportunity to watch this video, and I want to thank everyone that currently serves and has served, any family member that has been a part of somebody serving. Thank you, and we will never forget. Have a good day.